So the next station I'm going to talk about is the teleprompter. The teleprompter unfortunately needs me to log into it because the program is under my account. So in the morning, just please remind me to come over and log into the teleprompter. But once it's up and loaded, you'll be able to interact with the teleprompter program. It is a little slow, so you just have to wait for it to start up. But while we're waiting, we're actually going to go ahead and turn on the other two teleprompter screens so our anchors can see the words. This monitor has a button in the center here, and this allows you to turn the monitor on. This monitor, the power button is actually broken, so we just use the power cable and pull it out of the monitor in order to get it to turn off and on. So underneath the monitor down here, there's a little spot to plug in your power cable, and all you have to do is plug it in and you're all set. So once the computer loads, you're going to come down to the very bottom here, and you're going to find this little monitor. It's like an old gray looking monitor. You're going to click on that in the bottom of the taskbar, and then on your desktop you're also going to go ahead and look for any of these Word documents here. They'll be labeled with the day's announcements. So this one is 11/3 for the day's announcements, and you're going to go ahead and double click and open that too. Once those open and load, here are the steps to get the teleprompter set up for production. You're going to first go into your Word document, and in the Word document you go ahead and click it anywhere in the area here and hold down Control and A to select everything. Then you're going to hold down Control and C, or you can right click and copy. Then we're going to come into the teleprompter application. You're going to click anywhere in here, Control and A again, and then delete out all the text that was in here. Now what we're going to do is hit Control and V to paste the text into that box, and you'll notice that since the text is black, the background is black, you can't really see any of the text. So we have to change that. What you're going to do is up here at the top, move this for you, move up to the top here, you hit Control and A again to select all the text and come up to these two A's. Once you click on those two A's, you can select any font that you like. I usually select the first one here, or any Arial font is fine as well. We select the size to be 48. That's readable by the anchors. Then we need to change the color to white. That's an important part because if you don't change that, you won't see the text. So when we hit OK, you'll notice that our text has now shown up. It's white text on a black background that's very easy to read. It's got a lot of high contrast. So once you've done that, you're going to come over here on the right and click on this little guy up here. It's like the notepad. The notepad will appear, and you'll go to the measurement unit, change it to inches, and change this to the number 1. So you're going to change the measurement unit to inches, and then it's going to be 1 inch from the left. So you're going to want to change the left box to say number 1 and hit OK. And it's just going to indent all our text over. Okay? So now that that's all completed, we have our text set up. We're going to need to come down here to the very bottom, and where it says Secondary Display Setting, you're going to change that to Monitor. Mirrored. That's for the students that are going to be at the anchor desk as well as yourself. Last but not least, you're going to come up here and push this button, and this will project it to the anchors. So you're just going to need to wait a little bit for it to start presenting. And if you push up on the keyboard, it will start to scroll the text for the anchors in front. So up will make it go faster, down will make it go slower, or put it at a complete stop. And if you get into trouble where maybe your text gets going too fast, you can hit the space bar to just do a hard stop on wherever you are. A lot of people like it when you go nice and slow. Many anchors don't like it when you just set it as fast as it can go and do something like this. This can be hard to read for them with you just stopping on the paragraphs. So many anchors like it when you kind of go at a nice leisurely pace with how they're reading it. So bandanas are prohibited. If you have any questions, please look at the student handbook on page 10 titled Mesa Public Schools Dress and Grooming. That would be a reasonable speed to be moving the text with the anchor. Sometimes they speed up and slow down, and you'll need to adjust for that with the arrow keys as they're reading. But most of the time it'll be okay for you. Last but not least, in our lovely and fabulous teleprompter application here, we want to make sure that we load this NDI tool in order for us to see what's actually happening in the studio. So if you go into your Start button on the very bottom, and we're going to go into the Start menu, we're going to find the NDI tool here. We're going to go to Studio Monitor. Go ahead and click on Studio Monitor, and what this will do is it's going to load up this little box, and it's going to display what's actually coming out of the TriCaster inside of the studio. So the benefit to this is you'll be able to see what's going on. And I guess you can notice right now we don't really have any outputs on the TriCaster because we're not recording, but this would normally be filled with the output for what the audience would be seeing. So you can pull up this secondary studio source monitor here, and again that's the start button at the bottom, and then you're going to just go search for the NDI source or the NDI monitor. That'll let you see that. And sometimes I'll help you with these too, so if you have questions, please ask me.